Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome into 6 p.m. in Lincoln with former Nebraska linebacker Chris Kolarevic.
Intercepted. Ball game over. Picked off by Chris Kolarevic.
This is 6 p.m. in Lincoln with Chris Kolarevic, sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back live in studio. What's it been, Jake? 3 months?
It's been a while.
Probably 3, maybe 4. I think the last episode that we recorded was the week before fall camp started. So that would have been the last week of August. So that's September, October, November, 3 months. About 3 months.
A little colder one way or the other.
It's a little colder now. It's getting there. It's getting there outside. It's still, I'm a Michigan boy, so it's still shorts weather for me, kind of. We practice outside every morning. So a little update on everything that's been going on. So fall camp, I mentioned fall camp. We recorded the last show right before that started. I'm over at Iowa Western coaching linebackers over there. By the way, we have a very special guest in studio, Darius Moore, DB's coach at Iowa Western, former DB at Iowa Western and Nebraska. Mm-hmm. So we are probably 2/3 of the way through our season here at Iowa Western, having a great season. So we started off fall camp. The last show I did was Aaron Terry. He's our D-line coach. We talked a lot about our mindset going into fall camp, how we were approaching things, the way we were getting the players prepared, the way we were getting ourselves prepared, and what we kind of wanted to see from the team in fall camp and throughout the season. So far in the season, we're currently 7-1, 8-1. They were 8-1. We've lost one game, real tight game. We can get into all that. Lost a real tight game to Hutchinson, currently ranked number 2 in the country, Iowa Western Community College, having a great year. A bunch of our guys are getting offers to go play at pretty awesome schools. Mm-hmm. And it's just great to see. For me, the last month or so, we put in a lot of work, fall camp, first couple games of the season, getting things rolling. When you get into a season, you have to get things rolling, and you got to get the players affiliated with each other and the playbook and get everybody together and connected. And then once you do that, it's kind of hands off the wheel. All we got to do is get the plays called, get the plays installed, and then let the boys go to work. And it's been really awesome to see the boys go to work and see them thrive and see them succeed, see all the work that they put in, because they're up at 6 a.m. every day, really like 5:30 every day, up at 5:30 every day in Council Bluffs, Iowa. A lot of them are really far from home. And to see them, a lot of their work come to fruition, and see on Saturdays them making plays on the field, and then see on Sundays them getting an offer from a Purdue or a Washington State or these great schools that they're getting offered by. It's really awesome to just see the work that they're putting in come to fruition and have their dreams come true. So it's been really cool to see. We just got back last night. Really, it was, what did we get back at 1 a.m? Yeah. We got back at 1 a.m. last night from Butler Community College. We won 31-7, I believe. Just let up one touchdown there. And we've been having a great season. So this is my first year. This is my first year coaching. I took a year off last year after, getting cut from the Bears, and then going to Hamilton in the CFL, playing for a year. Then I took a year away from the game, and I needed that year off. Football had been treacherous for me. There's a lot of trials and tribulations that came with the game for me. And I needed that year off to kind of recenter and refocus and figure out where I wanted to take my life and what direction I wanted to go in. And ultimately it led me to go coach. And right now that's at Iowa Western. And so I took that year off, and Iowa Western was the best decision I ever made. I mean, this place is awesome. The coaching staff does a fantastic job. I know you played there and you've coached there longer than I have. Coach Strohmeyer, Coach Blackburn, Coach Terry, even Coach Spear does a great job. Everybody over there is awesome. And it's been just a shout out to them, shout out to the way that they run things, shout out to the culture that they've built at a school where you really only have 2 years with guys. Like, these guys are not in here for 4 years, like bigger programs or 4-year programs. These guys are here for 2 years, and they don't have much time to build a culture, but the culture that they built is really awesome. So
taking a big risk on going JUCO. Am I going to make it out? Right. And it's really cool to see the players that really stick to the script and stick to the plan. Like I tell my players all the time, I will never put you in a position where you're going to fail. I'm always going to put you in the best position to succeed, right? So if that's the case, then why not trust me, And, it goes both ways too. The players that don't take the good fruit that you're trying to give to them, they go down the wrong path, right? And then the players notice that, and they're like, okay, do I want to be this guy who's at the crib right now, DCU, or do I want to be this dude?
DCU.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. It's free tuition, by the way. The crib university is what that stands for. And then you have this other group of, the kids that stick to the script, stick to the plan, and they reap the benefit of the good fruits, playing at the division one level, right? And then at that time is decision time. And then to your next point, dog, I think JUCO, it's sink or swim. So when you talked about everybody, coming together as a group and the guys showing leadership, you have to mature fast coming in JUCO. You're a young cat, 17, 18 years old. You have 2 years, 3 max to get out, right? So when you're building a culture, you really only have 2 years to establish one with the fast turnover rate that we have.
Right.
So I think it's awesome how the freshmen, through redshirting, they're going through constant adversity, right? And then the ones that make it through, they now establish the culture, right, for the next group coming in. And it's just a repetitive cycle and over and over and over again. And I feel like this year compared to last year, I felt like we have, transformed into that, into building a solid foundation. So that's my 2 cents on kind of just backing off of what you said.
There is a really solid foundation there, and it is. I've just noticed this. It's you build that foundation in camp, and you build that foundation the first few weeks, and then the train's kind of on the tracks at this point. Like the thing is going, and it's maintaining it. It's people get bumps and bruises, or this person's got this going on, this person's got that going on. We maintain the thing that's already rolling, but it's rolling.
Yeah.
And now it's just getting to the finish line and going as far as we can. So the goal is obviously to win the national championship.
Absolutely.
Iowa Western won it in 22 and 23, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Am I right about that? Okay.
21, 20, no, 22, 22, 23.
22, 23. Yeah. So that's the goal. We're trying to get there. We got 2 weeks left and then a playoff game, and then we'll be the national championship. So we're working towards that. Yeah, but it's really awesome to see the dudes succeed. So yeah, like you said about JUCO, I mean, JUCO is it'll kind of make you as a person, I feel like, for a lot of these kids. And what I'm noticing is a lot of these kids come in with, there's a reason they're at JUCO. A lot of them, not everybody, not every single kid.
No, every single person. Coaches too. There's reasons why everybody's at
But
JUCO.
I mean, everybody comes in with some sort of issue or not, maybe not issue is the right word.
Yeah.
Some sort of adversity or something that happened in their life that maybe was in their control or outside of their control, either way, but some sort of adversity in their life. And there's a reason they're at a junior college, and they have to overcome that through, waking up and going to practice at 5 a.m. at junior college, where,
right.
Not that many people come to the games. Not that many people are watching these games. You're not getting most of these guys' families aren't here.
Right.
And you're not making any money. And you're really just doing it for the love of the game and to get yourself right and get where you want to go. And it's really cool to see these guys who these cool stories of guys that, whether they got in trouble at another school or they had some sort of issue with their grades or whatever it was, come in here and get their mind right, get their life right, and turn things around so that then they can go achieve their dreams and go on to the next thing and do what they do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like you said, JUCO molds you. Whenever somebody's like, well, what's the turning point in your life so far? Like JUCO, that's what really defined me. Because you are by yourself, dog. Like it's either, mom and pops, they can be there, right? They can, if you need food, they can help you out with food. If you need money, they can help you out with money. But like, not a lot of kids have that resource. Some do, right? Which is great. But even if you do, dog, you're still gonna have to grind it out. And guess what? They still can't help you on that field. They can't tell you to go to the field every day, twice a day during all season while you're doing the normal stuff too. They can't tell you that stuff, right? So don't be upset if you don't get the results that you want because you're not putting in the work. Input, output, right? What you reap is what you sow. You know what I mean? If I'm a farmer, right, and I plant this seed right here that says success, okay, and I plant another seed that says unsuccessful, and I plant them together, what you think is going to happen, dog?
Mm-hmm.
What if I can't continue to plant the seeds that are that success, out, you'll reap more of that stuff. So, there's a saying that says there's a kid who says I can, and there's a kid who says I can't, and they're both right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
so I want to ask you a question. So I want to ask you this question. I'm going to answer it in my way, and then I want to see what you say.
all right, bet.
What's the biggest thing you've learned in this season?
Hmm.
What's like the biggest lesson or takeaway you've learned in this football season? For me, the biggest thing that I've learned is consistency, and showing up every day outweighs having a lot of ups and downs. So like having a consistent output and a consistent performance outweighs having the high ceiling. Where if you just are able to show up every day and just give your best, even if your best that day is 20% and you're injured mentally or you're injured physically or emotionally, something's going on, and you're able to give 20%, and you're able to just show up every day and give what you got, versus if your swings are crazy and you miss a day, or I guess my what I'm trying to say is just that consistency of things. And I see the consistency of how the coaching staff and the players at this team show up, and the ones that succeed. And it's the ones that are consistent. It's the ones that show up every day.
Mm-hmm.
And not just show up, but show up with intent to get better every day and intent to be the best that they can be every day. The biggest lesson I've taken away from it is consistency. That's the word I would use.
That's a great one, because you're right. You got to build up good habits, bad habits, whichever one you produce more of.
Right.
That's the result.
Right.
So I think consistency is a really good one, especially now in season, where it's not about the grinding, right? It's more about how to work smart, taking care of your body. How can I eliminate wasted movement, things like that. So I'd have to say I agree with you on that. Personally, my biggest takeaway is how much I've grown as a coach from my players, dog. It's insane. It comes to the point where they're looking to hold me accountable for things, just because I always hold them accountable. So like I got to stay on my toes, and that always keeps me on my grind, dog. Like that always keeps my ears perked. And it's just awesome to see that they're having fun with it too.
Yeah.
Like, can I get coached more this day? My pops used to say, you got to wake up early in the morning to get me. Well, guess what? I started waking up at 4 a.m. Yeah. Still haven't gotten yet though.
Yep.
But yeah, dog, just even, in the game yesterday against Butler, we were having, we were facing some adversity through some formations, and, I'm talking to the kids on the sideline like, hey, bro, what do you see? What do you think will work best? Well, I'll give my 2 cents, but they're talking themselves through the play. They're coaching each other up. Nah, bro, like, I think we should do this because this dude does this, and I think it'll be better if we did it this way. Oh, yeah, I might have to agree with that. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, and then I just say what they said. So everybody hears it. Yep. So that's how I get better as a coach too. And, it's been very great to see, man. This is the most fun I've ever had, dog. I'm talking about playing wise.
Me too.
After it's a great feeling, man.
Yeah, this is the most fun I've had in a football season for sure. I think it has a lot to do with, like we were talking about, the culture that's been set, and I think winning is obviously fun.
Oh yeah,
I think that's probably the most fun part of it is winning.
Yeah.
But also it's an expectation that everybody does what they're supposed to do. There's not there. It's just that the expectations are known and the expectations are met. There's not gray area in those expectations. It is what it is, and we do what we do. And that's what makes it fun, is everybody knows that. Everybody knows that this is what we do every day. And because everybody's understood and everybody's on the same page, we're able to have fun in the office. Like, we're able to have fun on the field because we all know what we're here to do. And we all know that we're here to be consistent and be better every day and be the best we can be every day. And everybody's trying to do that too. And everybody's on the same path. Everybody's on the same goal. Everybody's trying to go the same direction. And I've talked about this on this show before, but that's really my favorite part about football, is, the world in general is so divided in 2025. Everybody's got an opinion on this and that, that and this. And you look at football and it's a bunch of people from different races, different backgrounds, different families, different creeds, different belief systems, different religions, and they all come together and they come together with one goal of going and winning a championship.
Absolutely.
And you get all these people who are so different as people, but they're all trying to go towards the same thing, which is really beautiful to me, and why I love the sport so much, because you don't get that camaraderie, you don't get that organized team effort like you do in football anywhere else, in my opinion, in the world. And I love football too because you're able to it's a physical sport. It's a gritty, tough. You get to let, on the field, you get to let the anger out that you have, or you get to let your emotions out. It's a sport where you can wear your heart on your sleeve, wear your emotions on your sleeve. And that's really what I've always how I've approached things, is wearing my heart on my sleeve and wearing what I think and what I feel on my sleeve. And that's a sport. It's a sport where you're able to do that, and everybody's able to do that in the same direction. And when you can get everybody going in the same direction, that's when you can have a lot of success. And it's been cool to see, no matter what level you're at, it's hard to win, man. Like, it's hard to win at any level. I don't care if you're in JUCO. I don't care if you're in class 4A or whatever, or 1A in Nebraska or in Iowa. I don't care what team you're on. It's hard to win a lot of games because everybody's trying to, especially when you're winning, everybody's trying to knock you off every week. Right. And it's hard to win, and you have to show up every week, even if you win, lose, whatever, and still show up consistently and still try to get better every day. And it's hard to win. And I've just taken a lot out of how they do things here because they win a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dog. I love football because I'm a competitor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hate losing.
Hate it.
Like, even when we played bags that one time, dog, and I lost off the game.
Yeah, I remember that.
What did I do afterwards?
Yeah. You didn't talk for a couple hours.
I didn't talk for a couple hours, and I threw bags until I hit 3 in a row.
I had that conversation with Step on here the other day, or not the other day, the other month. So I was like, if I lose a mini hoop basketball game, dude, I'm hot.
It doesn't matter.
If it's 2K,
it doesn't matter what it is.
Like, there's certain things I won't do because I know that I'm not good at them.
No, yeah. But the thing is, you learn, though, and that's what I love about it, is that competitive drive. And then when you fall short, how can you correct that so you can be better at it next time? Yeah. And it's just a never ending like, this ceiling's never ending, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the awesome part is to look back, and be like, dang, this is how far I've come.
It is cool about football. There's always something to work towards. There's always something to do. There's always some next level to push or something to get. And there's always a win to get. Like, there's a next game to win, and then you get in the off season, and there's always a recruit to get, or there's somebody to talk to, or there's we're working in the weight room and you're getting bigger, stronger, faster. That's a win. Mm-hmm. Or we got spring ball coming. Oh, he's getting a lot better. He's developing. That's a win. And there's always that next thing that you're pushing to. There's always that next level or competitiveness that you're pushing to, and it keeps you on your toes every day. And that's what I like about it is you have to perform and you have to be on your toes, and you always have to push towards that next level, that next win every day. And I think I have not found that in many other areas of my life, especially taking a year off of football and doing some other things. I have just not found that feeling or that mechanism in other areas. Mm-hmm. And it's cool that you literally just every day have something to do, something to push towards. And if you don't do it, your job is based on your performance, your pay, the way that you do, the rewards that you get, the wins, the losses, whether you get fired, whether you get to stay, or whether you get a bigger job, whatever it is, it's based on your performance. And that's what I like about it, where you have to keep pushing to that next level. And if you don't push forward, you ain't going anywhere.
Right. And who are you going to blame?
Dude, there's something to that about, I've really never I've always wanted it on my shoulders. And I could always live with a loss if it was on me.
Yeah.
But if I had to put it on somebody else and I had to be behind somebody else and we lost, it bothers me. It bothers me. I mean, it still bothers me when it's on me, but I would much rather it be on me, and I'd much rather have that weight on my shoulders.
Because you can be like, shit, at least I tried.
Right. And
At
then
least
and
it
then
was in
I
my
know what to
hands.
fix,
It
or
was
I
my
saw I did it and I can see what I did wrong, so that the next time I won't lose.
Right.
But if you're behind somebody else and you lose because of somebody else, that's never been the way I like to do things.
Mhm.
I love football, dude.
All right. So now that we bring up, this coaching stuff, right? Let's talk about how much free time you have and how that weighs on your mental. And as far as like, does it affect any relationships too? Let's talk about that.
That's a very good question. Yeah, it does. It does. And that's a very common thing that you see in sports and in football. And it does, because you really don't get much. I mean, you're on the road every weekend, and you're up at 5 a.m. every morning, and then you're working on game plan and you're working on film every day, and you got your position group, and then you got 100 guys who are all looking at you to perform every day and show up every day. And I got family that lives 600 miles away that I talk to, but I don't get to see or talk to nearly as much as I probably should, and those relationships get strained. Or personal relationships, as far as significant other relationships, those can get strained at times too, because my mind is so strained and so in other places that I'm not able to give the care and attention that I probably should at times. And it's a conscious effort, for sure. It's a conscious effort for me
Sure.
when I know that I'm lacking in those areas. It's like, okay, maybe I can give up an hour of sleep or 2 hours of sleep so that I can call my family,
Yeah.
or call a girlfriend, or call a friend from back home, or call people, because those relationships are important to me. But it's also, it's not easy, and it weighs on you, because it feels like you just don't have enough time in the day, and it feels like you have so many things demanding your time and attention all the time that you do have to figure out how to manage it and figure out. And two, dude, like figuring out what matters to you and what doesn't, and figuring out the thing. Is there somebody getting pulled over out there?
Looks like it.
There's some cop lights out here. But yeah, figuring out what relationships do deserve your time and attention, and which ones do, which ones are important enough to you, and which ones you see as important in your life, and which ones provide a lot of value in your life too, that you'd want in your life, and knowing which people you want in your life. These sirens got us distracted right now. These sirens got me distracted.
I'm listening.
No, you're good. I'm kind of distracted. I'm kind of trying to see can you see what's happening?
This truck was just out the road for a long time.
Is he still, he's just not moving?
It was there since.
He must have got a flat tire, or his battery died or something. Okay, here's what, Jake, how do you feel about taking a break right now?
Yeah, we can
This
do
is
that.
probably a good time for a break. Let's do it. Let's come back to it. Let's come back. I want to hear your answer to that question when we come back, and
All right.
let's take a little break.
After a long, hot summer, are you ready for fall? What about your home? Is your heating system ready for cooler temperatures ahead? Call Bryant for your fall heating check. No matter what brand of equipment you own, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean and inspect your furnace or heat pump to make sure you stay warm, safe, and comfortable. Call today to schedule your home heating check. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle. It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Get geared up for savings like you've never seen before during Elway Days. Their biggest sale of the year runs October 14th through the 18th, when every red tagged machine is priced at invoice plus $300. That's it. No freight, no setup, no extra fees. Don't miss out on these epic savings. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered all under one roof, with a large selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, motorcycles, and personal watercraft at their 27th and I-80 location.
Imagine hitting rewind on your life 10, even 20 years. With testosterone therapy from Limitless Male, you can turn back the aging clock and get your edge, energy, and confidence back. If you've lost your drive, sleep deprived, muscle loss, belly fat, irritable, you're not the guy you once were. Get your T levels checked at Limitless Male. More and more men are realizing hormone replacement can turn back the clock. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People City Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You never think cancer will happen to you. I smoked for over 40 years. My doctor recommended that I get annual lung cancer screening. They were able to catch my cancer at stage 1. It's never too late to quit. Even if you're still smoking, you need to ask your doctor about annual lung cancer screening. Just 30 minutes a year could save your life.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Husker fans know when you work together, great things happen. At Cornhusker Bank, they're more than your financial partner. With 5 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Omaha, they're your neighbors, your teammates, and your biggest fans. Whether you're saving for your first home, planning your future, or growing your business, they're right here in Nebraska to help you move forward together. Visit cornhusker.bank to learn more. Cornhusker Bank, member FDIC. Doing life together.
Deciding on a college with your high school senior can be a little overwhelming for parents. But applying for money to pay for it is simple. FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, is now easier than ever with fewer questions and faster fill-out times. If you have a high school senior, now is the time to apply for thousands of dollars for classes, books, and housing. Get started, Nebraska, at dothefafsa.org. Sponsored by Education Quest Foundation. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to 6 p.m. in Lincoln with Chris Kolarevic. Sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Second segment. Looks like the cop's still out here. I think just give everybody an update. I think this truck might just be stuck in the road and the cop's trying to get him out the road. We're not sure what's going on out here. We'll keep going. Sirens are not sirens, but the lights are still on. The cop lights are still on. A little bit distracting, but not a big deal. So to get back to this question that we were talking about the time-consuming nature of football and coaching or playing, but for us coaching, the time-consuming nature and how that affects relationships and how that affects family. First of all, shout out to the family, mom, dad, Ethan, aunts, uncles, cousins, anybody that's watching. Shout out to all you guys. Love you, appreciate you, and miss you. Can't wait to see you guys for the holidays. Hope everybody's doing good. And I would flip that question back on you, and I'd love to hear your opinion on it or your take on it.
Yeah. I mean, this thing is really, really time consuming. Like, absolutely. You know, like I said, schedules from 4 a.m. to, 6 p.m. At 6 p.m. I'm in the gym with you, right? Till 8 p.m. Then we get home at around, 8:30, 9 p.m. And by the time you get home, bro, it's like, I got to go to sleep, to get ready for the next day. At least that's just how I am. And not going to lie, at the beginning, it was exhausting. But once you get into the routine, I mean, waking up just comes second nature. It's just a lot on the mental, you know, because you can't, like you said, there's not an hour throughout the day where you're not doing something football related, right? So if I don't catch up on this work, okay, now I'm behind. All right, now I'm behind. Now I'm start stressing. So definitely that keeps me sharp, you know, on my toes too, with just being disciplined with, you know, scheduling everything, you know, time management. And then with my family too, shout out to, you know, my family too. I appreciate you guys for being so supportive. With my mom and my sisters, you know, Brianna, Nia, and Lauren, we call her Sissy. We FaceTime every Sunday, you know, so we're FaceTiming right after this podcast, right, or this radio show. And then with my pops, you know, he sends me motivational stuff all the time. Like he texts me like, "How are you doing?" You know, he'll call me, you know, every here now and again too. And just the simple things like that keep me going, dog. And I think with the little time that we had, you know, we get, you know, the summer off, quote unquote, we get winter break off, and then we also get maybe Thanksgiving, unless you're in Nebraska, right? And those 3 times of the year, I get to see my family, so we make an effort to really enjoy being in the present moment.
Yeah.
Right. So it makes the moment so much sweeter, dog. And it comes to a point where we're arguing with each other as siblings because one of them's like, "Oh, I can't make it." We're like, "To me, you can't make it."
Yeah.
Like, we'll buy your flight. You know, that's the stuff that we'll go to extents like that. Like, we'll help you pinch in for your flight to help you get here, your train.
Yep.
And that love right there is what I try to incorporate in my defensive backs room, right? Like, I love these boys, man. Like, shout out to Lick Squad too. Y'all my dogs, right? I got my young pit bulls. I love them for real. Yeah, I'm an older brother, quote unquote. I like to see myself as, but I'm just happy that I can be a mentor to them, because if I knew what I knew when I was their age, I'd be a completely different position, right? But I don't wish that I knew it then, right? Because I love the process. I love that it comes with, right? I love learning and failing and trying again and doing better than you did before. I love surprising myself. Oh, I didn't even know I could do that until I tried. So I'm just in love with the process, man, and it keeps me humble, because, you know, there are some times where you slip up. But as far as your relationships go, you know, I heard a lot of coaches say it's hard. It's a struggle being raising a family. It's a struggle being in a relationship, right? And they're saying every single one of them, they say it's hard. Like, some of them say, like, you can't do it. And you know what I say? Why not?
You know what? You said something earlier that I think applies here. The present time. I think all time spent is not equal. So you could spend 10 hours with a person and really spend no time with them, or you could spend 20 minutes of fully present being with that person.
And it feels like
it feels like forever. So I think when you do have a lot going on, you have a lot on your plate. It makes you appreciate moments more. It makes you appreciate the time that you do get to spend with people more. And that time spent is more present and more impactful because it's, you know, you don't have as much of it. Right. So it's more present. It's more impactful. You get to actually connect with the people around you when you're around them, because you don't see them as much. You don't see your family as much. You don't see your people as much. So when you do see them, that time is very present and that time is impactful. Yeah. And that's kind of how I approach it.
Dog, like, me and my family, like, we so locked in, bro. I just really appreciate them, because every time I go back home, dog, and I come back rejuvenated. I'm refueled. I can be on E, right? Not even know if I could go anymore. Dog, if my pops or my mom come down for a weekend, bro, like even a night, oh, I'm back on, bro. Like, I'm ready to go. I'm moving. You know, family, they rejuvenate me, dog. Like, because I know they're one of the few people on this earth that genuinely want to see me succeed. And that's that type of love that you can't fake. You can't fake that. And even with these coaches nowadays, dog, some of them don't even care about their players. Some of them don't want to see them succeed, right? Now, I get it if it's a type of player that, you know, self-sabotages and doesn't want themselves to succeed. But if you have a kid that's grinding every single day with you, bro, and really trying to get out the mud and listen to what you're trying to say, why don't you want to see him succeed?
Mhm.
Right. So I think that's a big part in this coaching business too, is what's your intent? What's your intent with this player right here? What's your intent with this kid who keeps acting up, keep acting a fool? Are you going to use the same structure and then he's going to avoid it, or are you going to try to change your coaching style so you can adjust to him, right? Not get it like it, if the same kid does the same stuff over and over and over again, forget them, right? Like if I can't coach you, I can't play you. Shout out to my pops that's a quote from him. But dog, like that love that I have for my family is what I have for these boys, man. They deserve everything that it comes with.
Yeah.
And the
putting in
biggest
the work for it.
Absolutely.
They deserve it. Yeah.
And the biggest takeaway, or the biggest thing that I'm trying to teach them is to be yourself, dog. Whoever you are, be him to the maximum of your ability. Don't try to be nobody else, right? Be you. Celebrate your victories, but dog, the funnest part, if that's a word for me, or the most fun thing for me, is I laugh. I laugh when I fail. Like I laugh when I mess up. I laugh when I make a mistake, because I'm like, oh, knucklehead, this is what you need to do better.
Right.
Right. And it's not of like, oh, come on, Darius, what are you doing?
Right.
It's, it's funny because, I didn't know. I didn't know, but now now I do. And it seems so simple before. So I just want my kids to be them, bro. And to think about their future. What you think is what you become, right? So I want them to think, right, what's your goal here? Go tonight before you go to bed tonight, think of that goal, right? Think about where you want to be end goal. Think about playing in this game, dog. When we started visualizing, dog, last year we had ended with 2 picks in the DB room. This year, dog, we set goals before every single game and we visualize it before we go to sleep. And then we come back tomorrow and then we see those goals and then we visualize it again on our way to game day. And now we're at 11, 12 picks in the season, dog.
11.
I mean, all glory to the
Turning
man
the ball
upstairs.
over. I mean, it's God.
It's in the book, dog.
Yep.
It's in the book.
Mhm.
It's in the book. It's
Yeah.
it's a cheat code of life, and
Yep.
it has been very, very, very grateful to me.
For sure. So you mentioned this is a topic that I've discussed with a few people in the last week, that self-sabotage. And it's an interesting topic because you see it happening all over the place. You see it. I mean, there's examples on our team right now. And I've noticed it in myself in the past where either you lose or things are going too well, you lose. What's your thoughts on why self-sabotage happens? Why we internally self-destruct when there is seemingly from the outside it seems like there's no reason why. Why do you think that happens?
I think there's 3 things. Okay. The first one being maybe things are going too good, right? And I need something to keep me on my toes.
Almost too good, and you're used to things not going well.
Exactly.
And it's not your natural state, and
Mhm.
you're used to things being bad, and you want to go back to how it normally is.
Absolutely. So that's one, right?
Yeah.
Number 2 is I think kids self-sabotage when they want attention from a coach, right? So maybe they're not being seen on the field, so they try to skip weights so the coach will yell at them just to show them attention. I think that's point number 2. And point number 3, which is the worst case scenario, is kids self-sabotage because they're too hard-headed to see the bigger picture. Maybe they want to do things their own way. Maybe they're used to doing things one way and don't want to adjust. Okay. Or maybe they don't trust us because they were abandoned in the past, right? Maybe it comes from childhood trauma. But the kids that are that kid, right? The worst one, in my opinion. And then they finally get it. And it's like, oh, I can trust this dude.
Yep.
And then they completely flip their role, dog. I mean, but I appreciate those kids more than the ones that are consistent, dog.
Yeah.
Because they change their habits.
I think there's one more. I think there's a 4th one. You said 3. I agree with all 3, and I think there's one more.
Yeah, what's that?
It's your internal view of yourself is less than what you have. So you see yourself as not worthy of having the success that you're having. So you get the success and you see yourself as lesser than, or you see yourself as not deserving that success. So you self-sabotage back to your baseline and what you are. So those 4, I think, are all reasons that it happens. But I think you see it this time of year where, like we said, it kind of gets rolling. Things kind of get rolling and it gets a little bit monotonous and the season's going and, a lot's happened already, and there's a lot of people watching you, or there's a lot of things going on, and you got a lot of stuff on your plate. It just builds up in your mind, and this is the time of year I've noticed that self-sabotage happens, which is why I brought it up. And that's a good point to bring. Those are good for. I think that's a good for, and I think those are really like genuinely the 4 reasons that it happens. And it's not the only way. Like you can get out of that self-sabotaging loop. You can talk yourself out of it. You can talk to people about it, and undo that loop and notice when it's happening. So you can get yourself out of that. And it doesn't have to be that way.
No, not at
it
all.
doesn't have to be, I'm just going to self-sabotage and mess everything up because that's just what I do. Like that doesn't have to be that way. You can keep pushing, and you can push yourself through those barriers. How do you manage how do you manage your emotional and spiritual state during times where you got a lot on your plate and when you're busy?
My emotional state comes from my spiritual state. So that's where it all starts. That's my foundation, right? That's my foundation that's built on the rock, not the sand. Okay. Once I built my spiritual foundation, it comes when I'm the most down. So in these parts of the year, I call it the wintertime grind. Okay. Hustle hard when it's cold out, right? It's hard to get up. That bed is soft, right? That pillow feels good. That blanket is pretty warm, isn't it? Right. And you're probably having a good dream right now too. A lot of people get comfortable in that phase. So I think that, during this time is the perfect time for you to really lock in spiritually, because in order for you to grow or for you to learn, you have to be at your lowest point. Right. And I mean, if you read the book, the old book, there's one man in that book that's perfect. One. Everybody else made mistakes, dog. Like, look at Samuel, look at David, right? And that's what makes them great.
Dude, mistakes and shame are a big hindrance to growth, I think. To not just growth, but I think shame holds you back from like you were saying, expressing the full extent of yourself and being the maximum person that you can be, being the biggest, most full version of yourself you can be, and being the best you can be. I think shame holds you back because you're so worried about, I messed this up in the past. I did this, I did that. I messed this up so bad. And you're so in your head about, I messed this up in the past that I can't move forward. And I'm going to be thinking about that when I'm doing the next thing. And that vision, your vision always has to be forward. Your vision, where you're looking, it's always got to be forward. It's always got to be in the windshield, not in the rear view.
Absolutely. Like, has worrying ever added one more second to your life?
Never.
Never.
Never gotten anybody anywhere.
So what are you going to get out of worrying?
Nothing.
You're going to stress yourself out. But what's happened has happened, right? Pull up your bootstraps, right? Knuckle up, and let's keep it pushing, right? You can't feel sorry for yourself ever, 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 especially as a man. I don't give a darn what circumstance you're in. Yes, you can have sympathy, absolutely, but you cannot stay stuck in that. I feel sorry for myself. Okay, once you decide that, okay, all right, I don't feel sorry for myself. What's happened is sad, and I'm gonna use that to motivate me to move forward. And then now I gotta be disciplined in this mindset. And next thing you know, dog, you're out of that pit. Not only are you out of that pit, dog, you built your house on solid foundation, right? When thunderstorms come, your house is solid, bro. But if you build that foundation on sand, that ain't gonna happen.
All about that foundation. All right, with that, let's take one more break, and we'll be back for our last, probably it's about 10. What's the last one? About 10 minutes?
Yep.
We got about 10 minutes to go. We'll be back in a couple minutes. See you soon.
After a long, hot summer, are you ready for fall? What about your home? Is your heating system ready for cooler temperatures ahead? Call Bryant for your fall heating check. No matter what brand of equipment you own, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean and inspect your furnace or heat pump to make sure you stay warm, safe, and comfortable. Call today to schedule your home heating check. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle. It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Get geared up for savings like you've never seen before during Elway Days. Their biggest sale of the year runs October 14th through the 18th when every red tagged machine is priced at invoice plus $300. That's it. No freight, no setup, no extra fees. Don't miss out on these epic savings. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered all under one roof with a large selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, motorcycles, and personal watercraft at their 27th and I-80 location.
Imagine hitting rewind on your life 10, even 20 years. With testosterone therapy from Limitless Male, you can turn back the aging clock and get your edge, energy, and confidence back. If you've lost your drive, sleep deprived, muscle loss, belly fat, irritable, you're not the guy you once were. Get your T levels checked at Limitless Male. More and more men are realizing hormone replacement can turn back the clock. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People City Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You never think cancer will happen to you. I smoked for over 40 years. My doctor recommended that I get annual lung cancer screening. They were able to catch my cancer at stage 1. It's never too late to quit. Even if you're still smoking, you need to ask your doctor about annual lung cancer screening. Just 30 minutes a year could save your life.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to 6 p.m. in Lincoln with Chris Kolarevic. Sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, let's go. We're back. Last 10 minutes. I was just firing up the social media posts. It was being a little glitchy, so I was having some problems with it. I don't know why I was doing that. So this cop car is gone. They got the truck moved. Looks like they got the truck moved, and I don't know where it went, but it's gone. So looks like they got that situation. Jake, is this hotel open?
I think it's about to be.
Well, there's people coming in and out of it. It looks pretty open to me.
I think portions of it.
So when I first started the show, that was an empty building. Like that was a building. I mean, it was just a literal empty building. There was nothing in it, right?
Yeah.
That was, I don't know. It's probably been about a year since I started the show. About a year.
Yeah, I think so.
And they started this construction like 6-8 months ago, and now it's a fully functioning hotel. So that's been kind of cool to see every week. We got a Hampton Inn Yeah,
Yep.
we got a Hampton Inn across the street now with a steakhouse. That's pretty awesome. Jake, you want to buy me steaks after this?
I think the steakhouse specifically is not open yet,
No?
but people are looking forward to that
The
opening.
rib chop house. We actually needed a steakhouse in Lincoln. I can't think of that many that are, what are some good steakhouses in Lincoln? I'm trying to think of one.
I just think some chains maybe, but yeah, nothing too,
like Texas Roadhouse.
Right,
But I
yeah.
can't think of like a really like high class good steakhouse in Lincoln. Can you?
Not
I've
at the
been to
top
one,
of
but
my
I
head.
forgot what it was called. It was a while ago.
I don't know if there is one.
Yes, there is.
You think?
Mhm.
No, I'm not
There-
talking
there's
about the
some down-
Brazilian. I'm not talking about the Brazilian steakhouse.
Oh, dog, there's one right down the street.
Really?
Yeah, in the market.
Jake, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you look that up for me and see if there's a steakhouse in Lincoln?
Is it Single Barrel? That'd be one.
But that place is I don't want to. Okay, we're not a food reviewing show, and I don't want to speak negatively on anybody around the city because that's not what I'm. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm not.
Listen, he's gonna say, but
I'm not here to speak negatively on anybody. I'm here to just talk about football and life. But I don't
there
like
it is.
but I don't like that
There's
restaurant.
the but.
I don't like that restaurant. I don't. It's not.
Wow.
It's
You
not
are
a
very
nice.
passionate
It's
about this
not a
restaurant.
nice.
What did they put in your food, dog?
It's not a nice steakhouse.
Wow.
There's Outback. But seriously, we have Misty's.
Seriously,
Misty's would probably be.
Misty's is all right.
Yeah.
Misty's. I'll give Misty's a stamp of approval.
I went to Misty's when Elliot had that basketball tournament,
Mm-hmm.
dog. Or
But would you consider? You've been to Misty's. Is Misty's a nice steakhouse?
what
Come
do you
on.
mean by nice? Like
I'm
about
talking like you
5-star?
sit down. I don't need it to be 5 stars. I'm talking like if it's 3, 4, or 5, whatever. I don't know about stars. I'm talking like they got a nice tablecloth and the lighting is good and they serve a good steak and it's like the steak is over $60. You know, like a nice steak. I'm talking a nice steakhouse. Like it doesn't have to be super
You must
over
be
the
hungry
top.
right now.
I'm
You're
a little bit
meathead.
hungry, and
You
I'm
are
a
a
little bit hungry, and I'm
meathead, dog.
definitely going to get agave after this. I'm definitely going to go to
Yeah,
agave.
that's fine.
My stamp of approval goes straight to agave. Best restaurant in the entire city of Lincoln, and I don't even think it's that
No,
close.
No,
What would you say it is?
you haven't had Super Taco.
Yeah, I haven't. You're right. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I really like. Agave's top one. I can't think of one other one that I would be like, oh, that's the spot you got to go. I can't.
We
to
got
be
any
honest.
coaches coming tomorrow or this week?
To practice?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not informed on these things.
Shout out to LeVar Woods too, special teams coordinator at Iowa. That's my dog. Mason Woods. Hope he's doing well. Hope the family's doing well as well. He used to cut his hair, little man's hair.
Mhm.
He's not little anymore, but his wife took my senior photos.
Yeah.
Braxton Clark is his auntie.
Oh yeah, Braxton. Shout out to Braxton Clark.
Shout out to Brax. Dude, you know how I hit up yesterday? Hit up DCAP.
Really?
Yeah, dog.
He's still playing in the league?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I think he's with San Diego right now.
Let's go.
He's doing great, man. Like he's always sending me, he's on, our type of time where it's like, bro, this is the grind right here.
Right.
But he keeps it real, bro. And one thing about DCAP is that since my first day here, bro, like even walking on, he's always respected me and he's always looked out for me. Like since the day I got here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about like he took me under his wing that fall camp. Like he was like, you need to be with me wherever we go. So I'm following him around the facility, like watching film, doing everything that he's doing, bro. And I just like he's a real good dude, man.
Oh, yeah.
But based off of I guess this season, what are you gonna emphasize this week for this week's practices based off of who we're going against, which is Ellsworth Community?
All right. So just for the listeners that don't, if you don't know anything about junior college football, we're playing Ellsworth Community College this week. And then following week, we're playing Highland Community College. And again, we don't speak negatively about people on this show. That's not what we're here to do.
But
they have not. They have
these two teams. They're still in the rebuild.
Yeah, they're rebuilding, and they've not had a great season. They have really not had a great season, and it's easy to look at those type of games as, oh, we're going to dominate these guys, and we're just going to be able to roll the team out and not have to practice, and we're going to be all right, and we're going to dominate them. But I think it's important in these weeks to not focus on the opponent and focus on yourself. Focus on getting you better. But use this time to get yourself better, to work on whatever it is that you need to work on, whether that's for some of my guys, that's open field tackling. For some of my guys, that's getting off blocks. For some of my guys, that's their angles when they go tackle, or their eyes when they're fitting up runs. Work on what you need to work on and focus on yourself, and don't worry about who the opponent is. Just show up every day and work on what you need to work on.
Right. Exactly. I was going to say, here's the thing, dog. What makes it different from you working on your tackling this week than last week? Like the opponent, you know what I mean? And that's kind of like my philosophy is, it don't matter who we play, it doesn't matter what the scoreboard is. Why would you play different this game as to the next game? Like, are you not still trying to get it picked this game?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what changes? And I think a lot of players have that complacency where, they think that they're automatically going to roll over this dude. Well, guess what? Look what happened against Coffeyville, right? That game was way closer than it had to be. Look what happened against Garden City.
Yep.
That game was closer than it had to be. But guess what? Look what happened when, against, Indy, where, we play a full game, or Butler, we play a full game.
Yep.
And I think a lot of players think that it's okay to take a game off or a play off or two.
Yeah, it's not different, but at the same time, there's a reason that competition is important, and there's a reason that playing good competition is important, because when you play good competition, it raises your level. Like it forces you to raise your level. And it's not that, obviously we need to keep working on our stuff, doing what we do. But it's just naturally easier to be complacent.
Oh, absolutely.
This week. Like it just
and that's how you get better, though.
Yeah.
It's because it's naturally easy.
Yeah.
So that's why I think that's a great emphasis for this week.
Wow, that flew by. All right, we're back. And I'm not sure how often I'm going to do the show yet. I'd probably like to do it every week. And so my idea is I'm thinking about having some of the players on the show. We had a few guys commit to Washington State. We got some other guys that are starting to commit here. And I think it'd be cool to have those guys on the show to talk about their journey and where they're going next. So that's kind of where I'm going to go with the show. I got a couple other guests that I want to get on here and there, and we'll just see where it goes.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good to be back. We'll see you guys later.
Peace.